Okay, afternoon guys. What's good YouTube? Welcome to my channel. And today you can see under our completed building, right? The problem was that there's no light in my area, so it's been like 3 days now. There's no light, and really I need to trade. Right? So I just had to move out from my comfort zone and go find a place I'm gonna get electricity. So currently here now, I'm able to charge my phone. This is a church. I'm in a church now, but it's not yet complete, so I'm able to charge my phone, charge my laptop, and I'm gonna review the trade I took yesterday. That was Monday. So let's go into the trade. Okay, first I'm gonna open my replay bar. Okay, this trade I took was an NAS 100, so I'm gonna show you how everything went down. Let's go. Look at this video. So let's get into the chart. So now getting into the chart, you already know my process. My process is looking for a 2 candle to close consecutively. So once 2 candle close consecutively, I'm looking for the 3rd candle to take the low. So on this chart, this should be my this is my drawn liquidity. So having this in mind, I go down to 1 minute time frame. I'm unable to show you our 3 minute time frame because this is on replay mode, and honestly this was a B setup. It wasn't an A plus setup because I was supposed to wait for market to close, for the candles to close, but I predicted sometimes it does work, but it is a B setup. So now getting to this point, the time was around at the time of this show it was 12:51. So 12:59, the 12 p.m. candle is going to close. So from 1 p.m. the 1 p.m. candle is going to close. So I'm anticipating that the 1 p.m. candle is going to take the 12 p.m. low. So now seeing this in mind, now earlier I have SMT above this high. On S&P 500, this high was taken. You can see this, I have SMT here. So on this high, I'm going to write it SMT. I don't think I could write that. My mouse is not here. I don't have my keyboard here. But there was an SMT above this high, meaning that on S&P 500, this high was taken, or on NAS 100. So now this high being taken, closing below this low is an order block, right? Is another block, and on 3 minute time frame there was an FUG around this point. So I believe that there was an FUG around this point, and there should be no candle should close above it again. So I just waited for price to play. I played price. I'm going to go on 5 minutes to show you the FUG. Just a bit. This is a 5 minute time frame. Okay, there is no 5 minute ball. You can see this is the 5 minute order block, right? So market closed below this order block on 5 minute time frame, and this was the low. So back on 1 minute time frame. Market created, I think market, okay, this was the low, this was still a low, it was a low because this is 12:52. So this is 12:53, this is 12:54. So around 12:54, that was when I got into the trade. I think it was basically around here. My stop loss was guess my stop loss, I can't even know where my stop loss is. Okay, so this was the trade I got in, and it was something like this, I guess. So this was where I got into the trade, and market was playing around, and this was 12:59. Now why I say this trade was a B setup was that ideally I was supposed to wait for the 12 p.m. candle to close bearish. Then once the 1 p.m. candle opens, I'm supposed to wait for the 5 minutes to see how it's going to react. But instead, I got in before the 1 p.m. candle opens, and you can see it was in profit. But when it was storing like this, I guess I got in a bit earlier. I got in on this first green candle. So when it was storing around this point, I said to myself, okay, if you should break below this point, I'm going to go break even if you go below this point. But you know what happened next was that 1 p.m. candle opened, and this was the spike that took me out of the trade. So taking me out of the trade, this was a lot, and it was a bad loss because this was a B setup instead of an A plus setup. So now I'm going to play the section, and you're going to see from the section. So I guess I'm going to stop here now. This was the trade. You can see my chart, right? Okay. I'm going to pause right here. Okay, this was the place I got in on my, it was a sell limit actually, and like I explained before, I had SMT above this high. So you can see the SMT above this high. It's pretty close now, so I should have shown you the SMT. So going back to my okay, this was a 3-minute time frame. I was strictly on a 3-minute time frame, so that was why I wasn't able to pinpoint the exact point I got into the trade. But this was a trade, and you can see, so this was where it got in. So I waited, and now if you can look at the right side, you're going to see the SMT above the high, and this was the exact point I got into the trade and was aiming for this low. So I'm going to forward it a bit. So right here I was in already, so here I was floating in profit already. You can see, right? So, and this wasn't when it opened. Okay, this was when, I think this was when the 1 a.m. candle opened, and it was very aggressive. So this was 1 minute. So you can see. So this was the 1 a.m. candle. I was supposed to ideally wait for this 1 a.m. candle to open and see the reaction I'm going to get from it before I get into the ball. That was my bad. Like I said, this was a B setup, and it ended up being a loss. I wanted to cut in my risk here, but I know it was already done deal, so I just let it play out. So that was it, and that was for the video. That was for the trade I took on Monday. So thank you for watching. I'll be uploading more of this journey as I go, and every loss, like I said, every loss, every winning, I'm going to be documenting them. So stay tuned for more.